Hi everybody, how are you? Welcome back to Tampredicts, and I am going to do channel messages for you today. Channel messages from the spirit guides. This is a timeless reading, so whatever are the messages I'm going to tell you, and let's see. Let's start the reading, and let's see. I'm going to do 10, 11, 12, or any number that I feel is right for the reading today. So these are your channel messages. And guys, remember it's a general reading, might or might not resonate. All messages might resonate, some messages might not resonate, or a few messages might resonate. So take whatever resonates and let the other messages fly away otherwise. So I'm using 4 decks today, different ones. So let's see what are your messages. Patience. Some of you need patience. It's to do with money, and you feel that you cannot wait anymore. Either it's a relationship problem or in some kind of a problem that you are dealing with. You feel that you cannot wait anymore, and you've been waiting for 10 months, you've been waiting for 10 days. I get a big 10 number for you. I also get a 16 number for you. I get a 7. This card is about patience, and it says please wait and things will happen. I also get that in winter time things are going to be better for you, and the moment November comes in, or November or December, so things are going to be better for you, and things are going to move into your favor, even if it's a job situation or whatever kind of situation, and things are going to look up in the coming months. The only thing you need to do is patience. You're almost looking at the time. I feel that some of you are just checking the time, especially a wristwatch after every hour. I don't know how many of you did that today, and I get that feeling that you were checking your wristwatch again and again, and you were like, when will this thing happen, or when will this thing happen? And it's not going to happen like that if you keep looking at the watch and have patience. This woman is also holding a timepiece in her hand, and it's like a wall clock, and things. And she's waiting patiently for the right time, and I think you need to wait patiently for the right time. I see a lot of winter season here, so things are going to move or going to be better when it's going to be winter, when it's going to be winter time, and that's November, I would say. Yeah. So let's see what is your second message. All tied up. I don't know, a lot of you are feeling all tied up. I think especially number 5, I feel Aquarius. I also get Aries, and those two signs I get are feeling very tied up in a situation. They want to break free, but it's very difficult for you guys to break free. There is a situation where you feel that you cannot say what it is in your mind, or you cannot speak your heart out, or you want to share some kind of a secret with someone, and you feel you also restricting yourself, as if you don't want to talk about it, and the restriction is from your side only. And I really feel that you need to talk about it, and come out with whatever feelings you have right now, and otherwise you'll feel all tied up, and you're not going to be truthful in the relationship, and because you've not told the other person everything that the other person needs to no, I don't know what is binding you, what is stopping you from talking to the other person. There's something, there's some chains that you need to break free, or this is probably yourself. I feel in this card it is a lot of self-imposed restriction. It's not from outside, it's not anybody else telling you not to do that or whatever, but this is more self-imposed, that you don't want to go ahead with it, and you don't want to share your secrets with the person. So guys, do communicate. That's the first thing and foremost, and the most important thing in any communication, or anything that you're dealing with. I also feel a lot of you want to visit a place of worship, especially if you're a number 3, or in 12 months you will visit a place of worship, and I feel that place will have 3 or 4 steps. Probably it's a church or a temple or whatever your place of worship is, or or a special place that you go, or find yourself very that you are very calm there. It's a very a place that you where you can meditate, or probably do any kind of exercises like yoga, or something that really makes you calm, and could be a temple, could be your or you have a little place of your own, or a room where you light up candles, and you meditate, and I think you should do that. And I also get 4, I got 4 steps to the place. I also get number 4 is important for you, or whatever you're chanting, chant it 4 times. Four times. I don't know why I get it. Whatever you're chanting, and I feel a lot of you chant also. And if it resonates with you, then chant. I don't know how many instructions is are there for that kind of a chant. number of times you have to chant that mantra. So just do it 4 times. It's going to be good for you. Some kind of a storm that was going to upset your life is over, will not happen. And or probably there is something that came in your life like a storm, and like a tornado, like a lightning that did hit you. The waters did get troubled, and your calm life was suddenly troubled by this tornado. But this is over, guys. I think the worst is over for you. A lot of people, the worst is over, and especially last October, something happened that after that your life is a bit calmer. I'm not taking in consideration the COVID situation because that's not really good for a lot of people. So I'm going to move on to the next channel message. If you're a number 8, or you're dealing with the number 8, especially for you guys, there was an indecision, and I think you are making your decision right now. A few months back, I would say also 2 months back, or also believe 20 days ago, there was some decision that was confusing you, or there was a situation that presented you with two different alternatives or routes or path, or two kind of missions, or two kind of goals, two jobs, anything to do with, or probably two partners that you met, or you would one of them you would see yourself getting married to. And so you've dropped one option, and I think there was indecision about two things, between two things, and you're clearer now. I would say you're clearer now. Also get, if you're a November born, you're much clearer. If you're a May born, you're more clear about that situation. If you're born in August, you are much more clearer about the situation. So I'm going to move on to the next deck. I'm going to use the other deck for channel messages, and these are the love cards. Let's see which cards do fit into this reading and into your situation. And you might or might not resonate, because this is a general reading. So I'm reading for a lot of you. So let's see if it fits into your life. Tolerance. Have tolerance in the relationship, guys. Learn to tolerate the other person, and you appreciate others' points of view, because you sense the love in everyone. So I think you as a person are pretty tolerant. And I don't know why I'm talking to a Pisces, and I'm talking to a Capricorn, and I'm talking to a Libra sign, that you guys have been really tolerant and patient in your relationship, and keep that tolerance. And you actually you are a very tolerant person, and you also understand that everybody is different, and everybody expresses their love differently, and you tolerate whatever little things, or any mistakes, or anything that happens in a relationship, and you really don't question the other person. And that, I think that's a nice thing to have, tolerance in a relationship, because sometimes we get very impatient. We can't tolerate little things that the other person does, and we start getting angry about it. But if you have tolerance, and you're tolerant, then the partnership actually is better that way. It's more balanced, and there's more understanding in the relationship. So a lot of you are tolerant. I get present, and that's a reverse. A lot of you are not living in the present. I get a Taurian. If you're a Taurian, if you're an Aries, if you're an Aquarian, could be other signs also. I get a lot of air signs. You guys are not living in the present. You're thinking too much about the past, or you're thinking too much about the future, and you're losing your present in that. And I think you should work things out, and work and train your mind. I would say train your mind to live in the present, not in the past, not in the future, because nothing is in your hand right now, neither the past nor the future. You have to make some, you have to make do of whatever you have, the time you have, and you have just the present in your hand, and do whatever is right for you right now. It's not about tomorrow. It is about today. And see what you're not addressing the current situation in your love life. That's what I also get as a channel message. You either addressing the past, you're carrying the burden of the past, or you thinking too much about the future. You're driving yourself crazy, asking questions like, what will happen in the future, what if this thing happens, what if I go, what if you go, or what if this doesn't stay, what if that doesn't happen, what if you don't say yes, what if you don't say no. So all these things, I think all these questions are somewhere troubling you guys. And you probably the channel messages that you need to live in the present. You also need to praise the person. That's what I got. Some of you are not praising your partners. You have to appreciate things that your partner does for you, and even in this situation or whatever situation, this reading is timeless. So do appreciate the person. I feel the person really is missing your appreciation and your compliments right now, and your partner is doing a lot for you, and do appreciate that. Be spontaneous. That's what I got. And I think you are spontaneous. If you're not spontaneous, just free your mind of all the burdens and constraints of the mind, and love the person freely and embrace new situations. So be a little bit creative, and add spontaneousness as as whatever, when you're dealing with the situation or the partner, do things just you know suddenly for the person, or don't tell the person that you're going to send flowers, or you're going to send a message or something. Just add a little bit creativity in the love situation, and the person will be very happy. And think of expressing yourself in new ways, and embrace new situations also. So if you both of you love watching a movie together or something, try to create another situation which you both will enjoy. So maybe the channel message is that be a little more creative, be a little more innovative when you're dealing with your partner. Think of new ways to surprise the person or your loved one. Ownership. You're a person who takes ownership of the situation, whatever wrong or good you've done, especially the wrong, that you always take ownership, that yes, I was wrong, and I shouldn't have reacted like this in the situation, or I shouldn't have done this in the situation. And I think this is a brilliant way to deal with a loved one. And especially when you've done something wrong and then you ask the other person for forgiveness, there's nothing greater than that in a relationship. That's a nice message, guys. Let me move on to the Earth card. Let me see what are the other messages. I've used two decks, and let's see what this deck says for you, and what are the messages. What are the channel messages? Your prayers will be heard. That's what I got. So for a lot of you, you've been praying day in and day out, night for something will be answered. I get in 2 days or 2 weeks, some answers you will get finally. See, I told you some of you are praying, and the praying card did come. I hadn't seen the card and I was shuffling. So some of you guys have been praying. I feel a lot of you are white witches also, and you've been doing little spells here. And I think you've been calling upon the gods, or you've been doing a different kind of a ritual. I don't know why I get that. And you believe in some kind of a ritual which involves lighting candles, a lot of candles. And this woman is actually awake at night. And I feel also she works with spirit guides. A lot of you work with spirit guides also. I feel you are light workers. I feel you are star seeds. And if I'm talking to you, and I feel your old souls also, and you have some connect to Egypt. Like I always feel that I have some connect to Egypt, and I feel you also have this kind of a connect to Egypt, where you think you were actually an Egyptian in your past life, and you are calling upon the spirits. And I think you believe in invoking the spirits or gods, or some kind of a ceremony. That's what I get. In the card does say ceremony, and it says invocation. So you've been doing some kind of spells, or you were given, somebody asked you to do a ritual or follow something to the T. So guys, I'm talking to you, and your prayers will be answered is what I get. Just be careful when you're channeling messages or talking to your spirit guides, or just be careful. Always protect yourself with a light, with a protection light. Always think, always ask your archangels or whoever you believe in to protect yourself if you're doing any spells or anything like this. Any kind of rituals will that involve spells and invoking spirits. So just be careful while working, especially invoking spirits. Out of synergy, guys, somebody, you're not working with someone. This is for a few of you. You've not been working with someone. You need to work as a team. And I believe that you've not been working as a team, and this situation, this job, this business needs a partnership that is partners that are well bonded, and they talk to each other, and all things have to come together for the outcome to be good. So guys, some of you are losing synergy and energy. That was a channel message. I also got energy. So if you're number 11, number 12, number 14, and number 18, so put all your synergies together, and the outcome will be much better. And the candle will shake. Thank God it didn't fall on me. Yeah, they were recommendations. A different setting. I had to do a different setting because my kids are sleeping in their room. So I normally record there. So I had to come out. So for some of you, the information is hidden. You don't have a hold of the truth, or you don't have hold of one of the files. One of the files is missing. If it's a legal case, you don't have the facts and figure. I get a lot of legal cases in this. I also get something to do with accountancy. The file is missing. You don't know about the file. There are some numbers you cannot get hold of, and those numbers are very important for you. And yes, I feel the situation is a bit foggy, and too much information is hidden. That's what I get. You get only a bit of it, or only tiny part of the information. You don't have the full information to make an informed decision, guys. So try to get the information, and that then only take a decision. So what you're seeing is not a very tiny part of it. You know, it's like an iceberg where everything is submerged underwater, and so just sorry, don't base your decisions based on very few facts, because there's more to it. That's what I always say. There's more to it. You know, more to what meets the eye. And don't take everything at face value. So this is for a lot of people, especially Sagittarians. I'm getting Taurians, I'm also getting Capricorn. Don't just take things at face value. And it's also for Leo. This message was also for Leo. So don't take things just at face value. When my tongue starts twisting, I know there's a lot of energy working with me. Shape shifting, somebody shifting shapes. It could also be because this card just came next to submerge. The situation is submerged. Things will change very fast. If you don't have the facts and figures, you might be wrong in the decisions that you're taking, or the situation is going to change so fast you don't know what, it will take you by storm. And like clouds change shape very quickly, and that situation is not going to be good for you. I get a lot of fire. I get a lot of fire energy. So, fire signs, just be careful that the situation can erupt suddenly. Like a fire or a volcano. So just be careful of whatever you're doing. I want to do a past, present, future. Somebody's past, present, future. I suddenly wanted to do that. I don't know why. I always go by what I feel, with channel messages, past, present, future. So anybody, this could resonate with a few of you. I'm doing a past, present, future for you just with 3 cards. In the past you did feel a lot of care, nurture was there in the relationship. It could be the job, or the job, you cared a lot about the job, or you cared a lot about the relationship, or you did care about the finances. Let's see what is your present. You need to breathe easy. Something new is also going to begin. You did care for it, and I think that was a new idea. Or I also see a birth of a child for some of you. And just breathe easy, just be careful. If you're pregnant, just be careful, do your breathing exercises. And let's see what is the future. The future will come into completion. I think the birth of a baby, or the job, or something, but it will take time. It will take more than 9 months. I'm going to take 9 months because it's a birth of a baby. So something you are nurturing. You're nurturing life. That's what I get. I think a lot of you are pregnant, just found out that you're pregnant. And just breathe easy. It's going to take time. It's going to take 9 months. And if it's a project, so the project just started. You have to nurture it, you have to care for it, and you have to water the project like you would do to a plant. Breathe easy, take time out, and it's going to take time to reach completion, full completion. It will take more than 9 months, is what I get. So for a few of you, this was the current situation for you. Let me see what are the other messages. I'm going to take 2-3 more messages. I didn't do a number this time. Normally I do 10 messages or whatever, but I want to just go free, just be free flowing with the whole channel messages. I don't want to control them today. I know why I feel some of you you couldn't go back to your home because of the COVID situation, and you are staying with your friends, and you're really wanting to go back. But I would just want to say that you are safe there, so don't worry about it. For some of you, it's a situation of waiting. I would say 12 months. If it's a project, 12 months, especially with RMSJKL. So if your name starts with any of these letters that I just said, it's a waiting period, and things will become better after 12 months. Sometimes I don't take a card because it doesn't fit into a reading. Let me see. Some of you were attached to a situation, were seeing the person for long, but right now you have decided to move away because you don't want to be with that toxic person, and you cannot take it anymore. That's the feeling that I get. I get air signs, I get water signs, I get air and water signs that you are attached to the person and you want to right now break the chains. One of you is feeling like that, but I don't know why I get. It will be very difficult for you to break away. I think you will go back to that person. It's very difficult for you to break that bond, guys. You're going to go back. If you're an air sign or water sign, one of you, it's very difficult to break your chains. You're really attached to the person. Somebody will offer you love. If the person's name starts with A, R, I also get a B, I get a C, I get a H, and I get an I. Let me see. This should be the last card. That's the message I get. This should be the last card. This is the last message for you guys. This is the last message for you guys. I also get some situation is frozen for you. I don't know why I get. It's turned ice cold, or somebody's turned cold, and some situation is frozen. Nothing can be done. I get you do well in your business. If you're between 30 to 35, and your name starts with M. I got a M. I got a S. I got a F. I got a R. If your name starts from any of these letters, you're going to do well in your business. You also have red here, I got. And I think you're outspoken, and you also like yellow flowers. You also like birds. That's what I get. And yes, you're going to do better. You're going to do better in your business. If your question to me was job or business, I would say business for you guys. Guys, these are general readings. Always go by your free will at the end. That's what I always say. And these are timeless readings. Like I always say, universe doesn't have a time. It doesn't have a watch. It doesn't wear a wristwatch. Time is just for us. It is to keep us sane or to go mad. Time can drive us mad also. Yes. Yeah, somebody's going to offer you love. There's a new beginning, especially if the person's name start with A. I really feel that if your name starts with A, you are going to fall in love very soon. So those were the messages for you. Thank you so much. Good night. Those are the channel messages with the tarot. So this was Tampredicts Psychic Tarot, and do subscribe to my channel. Do hit the like button, and also do comment. I read all the comments. And thank you so much. I'm going to be back here tomorrow with another reading. Thank you guys. Good night. Bye.